Welcome to the St. Hosea Hermitage. Let's now have a recap of our topic. Our topic for this month is the innocent child in us. The innocent archetype in us is naive, always believing in the innate goodness of humankind. But when they encounter the harsh realities of life, they are crushed and disappointed. They easily recovered and would take foolish risks again. Not learning from what had happened in the past, thinking that what had happened was just a coincidence and that not everyone is the same. Now, these innocent in us are masters of denial who often refuse to see the complexity of life, always believing that goodness will triumph, that the worst in people would change for the better. And because of this, they are easy prey for predators. Without rail guards, without setting boundaries, the fool in us then eventually take us down. Once the innocent is defeated, the shadow of the empath pervades as the orphan within awakens, and then insecurities will be building up until the innocence is lost. The challenge is for the innocent in us to accept the realities of life without losing his sense of positivity towards the world, to be mindful of his shadow and make use of this to build a better self and a better world. To make use of the resilience of the orphan within, paving the way for the resurgence of the hero within. The hero within arises as a defense mechanism. You'll be able to recognize this when you are in a fight mode. It's because your brain, particularly the amygdala, is heightened whenever triggered to fight or to withdraw. The mind started to learn in processing past experiences and able to identify potential threats, control its impulses, and guides decision making. However, backsliding to the naivety of the innocent is a possibility. Remember, we did an activity last week reflecting on the red flags we encountered with scammers, fraudster, or narcissists? So hopefully, this cures our naivety. Although I know for a fact that the innocent in us is stubborn and could always backslide when the pain is gone and healed. But in my experience, the trauma I suffered was enough. The innocent child must grow, though continue to live with that positivity, but now learning to be cautious, and therefore mindfulness not to fall again should always be present. Becoming a super empath is one of the outcomes when the hero within emerge. And it takes time to notice. I didn't even notice it when I become one until I heard about it on TikTok. Then I did my own search in YouTube to get myself aware what it is all about. Super empath? Well, super empath are highly sensitive and compassionate people, just like other empath. But they are super. Kaya super. They are still a target victim to a narcissist who needs their empathy to boost their narcissistic supply. Super empaths are indeed compassionate and can feel empathy for a narcissist or any scammer. It is because super empaths are naturally kind, loving, and forgiving. It is innate in them. But not for long. If they sense being wronged, a super empath cannot be manipulated by any scammer, fraudster, or narcissist. And here are the reasons why. First, super empath had a strong intuition and they trust this strong intuition. It's a survival instinct which protects them from perceived threats to their well-being. Now, this intuition warns them from upcoming danger. They will not feel comfortable to violate this intuition and they will surely act on it. Other empaths are intuitive too, but has little trust on their hunches and has tendency to ignore their own intuition. But a super empath, no, he learns. He learned from his experience. The second one, a super empath has a high self-esteem. Unlike other empaths, super empaths are emotionally strong, have abundant self-respect and genuine self-love because they experienced being wrong before and have done their own healing and recovery work. They are fully committed to their own personal growth. For this reason, they have a strong core identity. They have a great deal of self awareness, knowing who they are, their strength and weakness. Super empaths do not need anyone's approval or affirmation because they know what they want and need. They are empowered with their intuition and skills in discernment, that they trust themselves with their decision or even in their indecision. Super empaths are independent, having healed from the pains of codependency and has processed, healed, and emerged strong from their experience. They know to maintain healthy ties with supportive people and move away from toxic manipulators. Because super empaths have a high self-esteem, it also follows that they have this third trait that only them has among other empaths: self-discipline. They are self-disciplined individuals because they have goals in mind. The fear of eternal regret compels them to endure and sacrifice their time and efforts, setting boundaries for themselves and others to reach their goal. Most of the goals of a super empath were shaped by their values and beliefs, which, because of their high sense of empathy and understanding of others and their environment, propelled them to action. Seeing how people suffered from injustice, as well as seeing themselves as empaths having suffered the same injustice, prompt them more to pursue their goals. Because super empath experience being wrong, he will not allow injustice to happen, to flourish, even to anyone. And this comes to the fourth quality of a super empath, that only them can successfully fight narcissists. They do not tolerate injustice. They do not tolerate being wrong. They do not tolerate being gaslighted. Unlike narcissists, super empath act with a great deal of respect for themselves and others, even potential manipulators. They are kind and understanding, but once offended, they subtly mirror to manipulators what they were doing, then call them out, creatively exposing their wrongs. Hindi ipapahiya, but they will put them in shame by showing them the wrong that they were doing. Summing up these four traits of a super empath that distinguish them from other empaths and protect them from a narcissist, here are the summary of this. First, they are intuitive, strongly intuitive. Second, they have a high degree of self-esteem. They are disciplined. And fourth, they do not tolerate injustice. Let us now go into solitude again and reflect and assess this empath in us. There are four powers inherent in a super empath. The first one is strong intuition. Recall an experience when you fear something could happen. You feel uncomfortable. Still, you went ahead. Then what you fear happened. How did you face this situation? The second one is high self-esteem. Whenever the unexpected happened, how do you feel? What do you usually do? Third is disciplined. When things went wrong, do you make efforts to assess and reflect what had happened. Did you make a list of what to do or what to avoid doing? How about the red flags? Did you remember or keep on forgetting? How about setting up boundaries? Are you putting a limit when you should stop or when people must stop? Fourth, a super empath is just. How do you feel putting up with people taking advantage of other people, especially the weak and powerless? Do you have the courage to stand up and speak out? Your assignment for next week is to continue doing your reflections. You may have some struggles recalling your past experience, and if you feel the need to talk, consult, or clarify anything you heard from me, or whatever realizations you may have, feel free to get in touch with me. Next week, I will share with you my answers to the questions I posted here. And I will be sharing with you my own struggles and how I tried to calm down the unsettled innocent child within me that has turned orphaned. For now, let us continue listening to the background music as we end this session.